Welcome to another episode of Perfect Idol. My name is Christina V, and I am your host with the most cheese. We have today our three distinguished judges. Patrick Sides, who is an actor and director for many video games and anime.
Yes.
And Mami Okada, who is a casting director, and she has been directing for her casting director career. And we have Keith Silverstein, another very prolific anime and video game and cartoon voiceover actor.
Hey, baby, how you doing out there? It's good to see you.
We're all here today, and we are on the quest to find the next big anime voiceover talent. And we're hoping to add a few more finalists to our list who are joining us for the finals, like finalists do. We're going to start today with James Brown. Why don't you start, Patrick?
When your name is James Brown, you've already won life. Because you can just go through life being James Brown. I mean, he feels good. I know that he would now. I liked that he did Monokuma from Danganronpa. I liked the character voice, but a full minute of that was a lot. A little Monokuma goes a long way. He could have shown us a lot more in that span of time. On the talent side of things, I liked that he showed the incomplete artwork, and then the final version, I felt like that was a nice compromise. Like, we didn't see it being done, but at least we saw the process in some sort of static way. I could have used just a bit more of everything, though. I liked what I saw, I liked what I heard, I just wanted more. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go with no.
Okay, so that's one no. Let's move on to Mommy.
Hi, James. So I love Monokuma, and I think you did very well, but it is a pretty extreme voice, and you did well, but definitely I wanted to hear more different characters to be able to judge. And also, when you're doing voices like that, you have to enunciate very well, or it's going to be hard to understand. So on your talent video, I was hoping that you have a narration or something that I can hear a natural voice, but it didn't. And then, again, same thing as Patrick, I love your style, and I think you're a very good artist, but I wanted to see the way you do it. So unfortunately, I have to say no, sorry.
So that's a thumbs down from Mommy, which brings us on to Keith.
Yes. All right, James. James Brown. The talent portion, the artwork was great. I like the inking and shading. I thought that was really cool. And I know you got soul. I had to throw something in. As far as the voice, your Mono Bear, I thought it was pretty good, but it sounded a lot like an impression of Brian Peacock, who I know did the role at one point. So I'm not sure how much of that acting was yours and how much was you like doing an impression of him. And you did a disservice to yourself by not letting us hear your natural voice. And I don't know if you realize this, but 20 of the 60 seconds was used up on that laugh. 20 seconds of that laugh at the end. So you could have shown us so much more than a 20-second laugh. So for me, it is a thumbs down.
Okay, so that is a no for James Brown. We got some great tips, though, for auditioning. It's very important to have different voices, but more importantly, to be able to show your natural voice. So we're moving on now to Zeno Robinson. No, it's Zeno Robinson. And this time we are going to start off with Mommy.
Hi, Gina. So first of all, thank you for auditioning at Anime Expo. And I liked your character for Maggie. You have a very nice young voice, unique voice. But I wasn't too convinced just by your audition. So when I saw your talent video, I think you have a lot of personality, and I really liked what you did. And also, I know that you do theater and then you take acting seriously. So I say yes.
Great. We have a yes from Mommy. Now we're going to move on to Keith.
Zeno. Love the name. On the talent side, I think you sold yourself a little bit short. I mean, it looks like you can rap, but you didn't show us much. It looks like you can dance, but again, you didn't show us much. Now, if this was like a getting to know you video, it would have been a huge success for me. But it was talent, so I didn't really see enough. Voice-wise, I do like your voice. I heard that youth in your voice. You've got a touch of what the industry likes to call urban, and I like that. That actually can get you a lot of work. I heard a lot of raw talent. That's good, but my opinion was you weren't quite ready yet. So for me, it's work on committing to intensity. It seemed like when you got intense, then you'd start really good and big, but then you'd pull back like you were second guessing yourself. So I heard that a lot. So for me, I say keep working on it. It's a thumbs down.
Okay, and that brings us to Patrick.
For me, I felt like Zeno would you'd get loud, you'd get intense, but I didn't always feel like you believed those transitions. It was more like, oh crap, the character's getting loud, so now I get loud. And it's sort of like what the character was doing, what the video was doing, was sort of leading you by the nose, instead of feeling like you were here, and now you're here, and now you're here, and it was earned. It was like, oh crap, I gotta match what the video's doing. I like that you did a lot of different scenes. That was a good use of time. A lot of people are just doing it all in one thing. But the reads felt external to me. On the talent side, you talked about theater, you talked about cosplay, you talked about dancing, you gave us a little bit of rap, but it was mostly you just like telling us things instead of showing us things. So I'm going to go with no.
So Zeno is somebody who actually took the opportunity to audition at Anime Expo, and obviously he jumped on the opportunity to audition for Perfect Idol. So I want to say congratulations for taking steps in your career, and I'm sure by watching this episode of Perfect Idol you got more in-depth critique than you would have by auditioning at AX, and I hope you take that to heart and keep doing what you're doing, because it's great to see somebody who's dedicated and taking all the opportunities they can. With that, we're going to move on to Austin Hively. So, Patrick, what did you think about Austin?
I thought he had a good young guy voice. In this industry especially, that's always something that is useful, because as you guys that watch anime know, there are only so many young guy voices, and you're going to hear them a lot. So if you can be one of them, yay for you. I'm not one of them. I felt like I liked the Tokyo Ghoul scene. I just felt like more time could have been spent somewhere else, something a little more conversational, a little more default. I mean, it's good to know that you can get to the I don't want to eat people thing, but as far as doing that the whole time, I wasn't so sure about that. On the talent video, I was afraid until the very end you weren't going to actually like show us anything. You're just telling us these things, then okay, yay, there's some soccer. The acting clip, it was all just yelling and I couldn't hear anything. Maybe I'm old, I don't know. So I'm on the fence, but I'm gonna just barely eke out a yes. But you really got to bring it next time and make better use of your time.
Great. On the fence is still a yeah. We're gonna move on to Mommy.
Okay, Austin, so I really liked what we call it as internal intense. So you were doing this very emotional scenes, but still for me, your dialogue, when you talked, actually was too clean. I wanted to hear more of what you were doing in between the words, the breathing and all that. And then definitely at the end you said, no way, no way, no way, but it all just sounded all one note. So you can practice to build up the intensity. That would be great. And then for your talent, I thought you were just going to say I like soccer and you're not going to show anything, but you actually did, so I was so impressed. So I say yes.
Great, that's 2 yeses. You agree, Keith?
Do I agree? Well, Austin, first off, just a note about talent in general for everyone. When you say acting is your talent, but your other thing is acting, it's like it almost doesn't count. And I agree with Patrick. It was just kind of yelling. The soccer was great. You should have just opened with that. You sold me with that. Plus, yeah, you're good at soccer. That was a play off something you did. Trust me. Watch it back. For your acting, you picked a very intense scene. The lip flap was off, but that's hard to match. I'm an engineer. You're doing a straight run through. You have a great young sounding voice. Good for anime. I like the intensity, the use of breath. I had the same note. That no way, no way, no way was just a high one note thing. But you know what? You showed me enough that you could do, and I wanted to see more. So I gave you thumbs up. So yes, that's the long way to say I agree.
Awesome. Great. So it is unanimous choice that Austin will be joining us for the finals. Moving on now to Gary Phillips. I would like to start this time. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we on Gary? Yeah, we are on Gary. Oops. Let's start off, Keith. Why don't we go back to you? Why don't you tell us what you thought about
All right, Gary. Talent. Yes, nicely done. You've successfully fulfilled the talent portion of this competition. And thank you so much for just letting us see your talent. Like, you don't have to go, this is my name and I'm going to play guitar. Man, I can see. That's fantastic. So sold, sold, sold. I appreciate that so much. Extra points. For the voice, I totally buy you as a young, like cocky, evil character. So I really liked your first character. Your second character, you dropped the pitch a little bit, but you were still kind of playing, evil. I would have liked to see something on the other side of the spectrum instead of a deeper smiley evil character. But it didn't matter. You had me on the first one. I think you're talented. I want more. I'm going thumbs up.
Great. Patrick, what do you think?
Like Keith said, thank you for actually doing the thing and not spending 20 seconds of your minute telling me about the thing. He's like, it's just time to melt faces. So I melted some faces. I appreciate that. Again, with the voices, I liked the creepy, charactery first voice. Like Keith said, I felt like the second voice was just kind of a reskin of the first one. So I could have used a little more variation there. I'm on the fence. I'm so on the fence on this one. I'm just barely in the no zone, but just barely.
Ooh, so that is a no. We're moving on to Mommy, who has the deciding votes.
Yeah, so talent, that was amazing, excellent. I was so impressed. That was awesome. And voice, you have a very great young voice. I would like to have heard different characters, but I think you did very well, so I say yes.
Oh, Keith, is that your gardener?
Yeah, can you hear that? I was like,
it's like a landscaper battle.
This car. So my lawn's gonna look really awesome.
初めて外の現実を見て、俺は震えた。
一人じゃなくてよかった。大丈夫、長手。
最高の武具と名誉、お前は俺の目の前から2つとも奪っていった。
額の傷から見て接近戦をやった。谷風、お前のせいで。
俺たちの時間はゼロじゃない。